Hi guys, welcome to the Crochet Nerd. I had a little extra time after finishing up a tutorial video, and I thought I would make a video on some of the crochet basics. I am by no means an expert. This is just what I've learned in the last 2 or 3 years. There are a ton, and I do mean a ton, of how to crochet videos on YouTube. I personally learned from watching the Crochet Crowd. Mikey on there does a great job teaching. There is another crochet channel called Happy Berry Crochet. And I found one of her flower tutorials for absolute beginners and just made flowers over and over and over and over again. It really helped me learn the more complex stitches, the ones that sound scary but aren't really that difficult. The thing with crochet is once you get the basics of it, you can do anything with it. And what I have here today is just some Red Heart Super Saver. When you start crocheting, my recommendation, just based on, again, my experience, would be just to find a yarn color you like, something that's easy to see the stitches. I think I had some purple originally. Look up some good YouTube videos and just practice the same basics over and over and over again. And I'll be honest, when I first started crocheting, my stitches were so tight, my tension was so tight that I hated double crochet with a passion. The first week or so, it was like, I hate this, it's horrible, and everything I'm doing is calling for a double crochet stitch. But to start with, all I did was sit and make chains and single crochets. Just rows and rows of stitches. This particular yarn is a medium weight 4. Calls for a 5.5 hook. What I have on hand is a 6.0 millimeter. That will work. I would suggest starting with a larger hook. And when you start out as an absolute beginner, your tension is either going to be way too tight or way too loose. Now, you can hold your yarn however is the most comfortable for you. You are going to hold your hook however is the most comfortable for you. The first thing you need to know is how to make a slip knot. So you take your yarn, and what I do is I just flip it over. So I've got a little X right here. I reach in this little hole right here and grab that tail and yank. Slip knot. Let me show you one more time. Just wrap it over my fingers like so. Make an X right here. Reach in here and grab that tail with your fingers. And voila, slip knot. Now this slip knot is going to go on your crochet hook. There are several different ways of using a crochet hook. I suggest you buy a set of ergonomic hooks if you plan on crocheting. Those original metal ones, they suck. They hurt my hands. Now, everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has a different experience. But they hurt my hands. So, I got these on Amazon. I think I paid $15 for an entire set of these. It's been 2 or 3 years back. And I haven't had the pain in my hands or wrists that I had with just the regular metal crochet hooks. I don't have one on hand to show you. So you're going to put your hook, your yarn on your slip knot on your hook. And then there are 2 ways. Some people hold their crochet hooks like a pencil, like this. I cannot crochet that way. I just can't. I can't hold my hook that way. I feel awkward. I hold mine like a knife. I hold it like this. Now your yarn, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take right here and wrap around a pinky and go over your pointer finger. And then you take these 2 fingers right here, the middle finger and the thumb, and you hold this loop. And then you're going to take your hook and you're going to wrap the yarn around it. This is called a yarn over. And you're going to pull it through the loop. You have a new loop. That's a chain. This is a chain stitch. Let's make lots of chains. This is what I did. I just sat and did this. And then I undid it, and I redid it. So, got still holding right here. Yarn over, meaning wrap that yarn around your hook. Pull it through. Yeah, pull it through. Now, the next most basic stitch is the single crochet. So, what you're going to do is, and 9 times out of 10, you're always going to skip this first chain from your hook. So you've got your loop on your hook. That doesn't ever count. And then you have your chains, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chains here. We're going to be doing 7 stitches because with single crochet, then you skip that first one. It's a chain up, or to bring your height of your stitch up where you want it. Now, you can go into these 2 V's right here, but the simplest way to do this is turn it over, and there's a bump right here, this back bump. Right there. You tug on it a little, it gets bigger. You want to go into that. So what you're going to do is slide the hook into that little chain. It's going to look like you've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over just like you do for a chain, and you're going to pull that through. And you're going to stop right there. You're going to wrap your yarn around again, and you're going to pull through. And you have made your first single crochet. Let's do that again. Go into that bump, just like so. Pull a loop up, yarn over, and go through 2 loops. That's a single crochet. We're going to do it again. Pull a loop up, through 2 loops. Single crochet. I'm doing this very loosely. You want to be loose with this to begin with. Yarn over, go through 2 loops. And I am trying to go very slow here. Again, go into that little bump with your hook. Wrap your yarn or yarn over. Pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. You'll have a single crochet. We're going to do that 2 more times. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Go into the bump, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now, this is flat. We haven't even talked about in the round or anything. We have 7 single crochet stitches here. What we're going to do here is we're just going to make a chain again. We've got the loop on our hook. We're at the end. What do you do now? Make another chain. So take your hook, wrap the yarn around it, and pull through. Just like you did making that beginning chain. Then turn it around. It'll kind of twist your chain here. And this time, let's try a half double crochet. Next basic stitch. And what you do, right here's the top of your single crochet. The top V's here look almost exactly identical to the top V's on a chain. There's no bump here. But what we're going to do is we're going to wrap our yarn before we go into the stitch. You have 2 loops on your hook here. And then you go in under both of those little V's and yarn over and pull a loop up. And now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and draw your yarn over through all 3 of those loops. You have just made a half double crochet. That's really simple. Once you get the hang of it, wrap your yarn around your hook. Go into the stitch, into the V, and pull up another loop. You've got 3 loops on the hook. Wrap the yarn again, yarn over, and pull through all 3 of those loops. And there's another half double crochet. Let's finish off this row. Just pull through 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over before going into the stitch. If you don't do that, then you end up with a single crochet. And each time you make a half double crochet, you should have 3 loops on your hook. Just like so. We got 2 more here. Let's go right in here. yarn over, pull up, and through 3 loops on the hook. Now, one more stitch here, and let's yarn over and go into both of these 2 top loops. These end stitches are always difficult to see. Stitch markers help with that. Now then, you've done a row of half double crochet. Let's chain 1 again. You got the loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull through and turn it around. This time we're going to do a double crochet. So let's make 2 chains just for the height. What you're going to do, just like in the half double, you're going to yarn over and you're going to go into that stitch with those 2 things, little V stitches, and pull up a loop. Now, this looks just exactly like half double crochet. You have 3 loops here on your hook. To make a double crochet, you want to yarn over, and you're going to go through 1 and 2 loops. And you're going to stop. There's still 2 loops here. And what you're going to do is yarn over again and go through those last 2 loops. And you can see this makes a taller stitch. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3. You're going to yarn over again, and you're going to draw through 1 and 2 of those loops. You still have 2 loops on your hook. At this point, yarn over again and go through both of those 2 loops. You've made another double crochet. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go in, pull up your loop. Yarn over, go through 2 loops, stop. Yarn over again, go through 2 more loops, finish double crochet. Let's finish out this row. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, double crochet. Yarn over, go in, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over and go through 2 loops, double crochet. 2 more stitches here. So we're going to 2 loops, 2 loops. And this is all just a variation of those first single crochets that we did. After you learn to chain and to single crochet, everything else is just simply a variation of that. Now, what I would suggest, that's a bit done. We have 1 row right here of double crochet, 1 row of half double crochet, and 1 row of single crochet. And those are your absolute most basic stitches in crochet. I hope this tutorial helped you. If you like this channel, you can drop a like and a subscribe down below. We do a whole lot of tutorials on things that are, I would say, beginner to maybe intermediate, advanced beginner, intermediate. I do not consider myself an expert. I consider myself maybe an advanced intermediate at tops. But I've got several patterns up of things that might be a little difficult to find or is not your average run-of-the-mill crochet project. But if you're just starting out, again, I would highly suggest you go check out the Crochet Crowd and Happy Berry Crochet's YouTube channels. They have some very awesome tutorials. There are hundreds and hundreds of them out there. But thanks for dropping by, and we will see you in the next one.